Hello everybody, my name is Nita and I am finally decided to make my first YouTube video. I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel for the last few years simply because I've been through a lot, I've gotten through it, and today I'm in a place where I'm the happiest I've ever been. And if I can just help one person out in their rough times, I feel like I would be so happy with that. And that's what I'm here to do. I am going to be sharing with you a very personal clip of where I was exactly 3 years ago today. Another reason why I'm just gonna upload this video. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm not gonna worry about the editing too much. I just feel like this information just needs to go out there because I know there has to be at least one person that I can help. So in the next clip that I'm gonna show you, it's me 3 years ago exactly today, tired of being in the situation I was in. A little background of the clip: I had just gotten back from a 3-day or a weekend vacation with my ex and the kids, and it had been 3 years that we had been separated, and I had started the divorce papers, but I didn't file them. So after coming back from that quick trip, a weekend trip into Vegas with him, I realized I was tired and done of waiting around and being treated the way I was being treated. That weekend, I felt like I was so disrespected. I was treated like I was just another person there, and that was it. I decided that was it. I was not going to keep waiting around for him, and I filed for the divorce after that weekend, and I got into the gym, and I started to work out, because it's something that I've always wanted to do. And I felt like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do now. Like, I'm going to love me. I'm going to choose me. And that's how it all started. So the clip that I recorded for myself 3 years ago, it's 22 minutes long, but I'm only going to share like a minute with you with that. But I was just really talking to myself about what I deserved, and that it was going to be okay. You know, we were going to lose the weight, no problem, you know, just encouraging myself. And so now I just want to be an encouraging person, support for someone else out there. I'm not exactly sure how many videos I'll be doing. I'm going to try to do a weekly video. I'm going to be talking about a few different things. I'll run down some topics with you just so you can get an idea of who I am. But mostly, the most important thing from all this is that I was a miserable person before. I was always angry. Something was always a problem. And today I am a totally different person, and 90 pounds lighter as well, which probably has a lot to do with my happiness. But just watch this next clip and we'll get back to it.
And it may not be easy, but I'm gonna get it. You watch and see, I'm gonna get it. I'm not just gonna fucking crawl into a fucking rock, into a fucking hole, and like cry myself to sleep every night because I'm almost divorced and now jobless. Like, that's not me. Like, no. When someone tries to throw me down on the floor, I come up, and I come up harder, because it's like, you thought you did something. Now look what you did. You pissed me off, and I did even more. So
yeah, that was me 3 years ago. And as you can see, I lost the weight. I was ready. I did it. And I am in love with the man who really knows how to love me, and I really know how to love him. And that's another thing I will be talking to you about on my channel is, you know, talking to my ladies about how we should love our men, in my opinion. You know, of course, everything's going to be in my opinion. But it works. I'm happy. He's happy. We haven't had any issues at all. I mean, we've been seeing each other for years, so it's still new, but it's really good. And I want to share just a few tips about what I feel would help your relationship. So we'll get into that in another video. in when my son is, I have two kids. My daughter is 13 and my son is 7. And when my son was 1, I almost lost him in a drowning incident here in my parents' house. That's another video where I will be talking to you about the whole story about how it happened, and how I went in the hospital. I'm currently requesting paperwork from the hospital. I want the notes from the doctors. I want to see what their thoughts were when they saw him, and just to show, because I'm pretty sure it was bad. I mean, the doctor from the ER told us to expect brain damage, and so it was scary at first. And I just really want to get all the details because I want you to see how bad it was and just how big of a miracle he was to come out of it with no issues. Another thing is depression. So I've dealt with depression, anxiety. They're very big issues in my life and got me into a few problems. I've had a toxic micromanager, so toxic that she caused me to have anxiety attacks at work. So I can talk a little bit about my experience with that. I've fractured a leg in the middle of me trying to lose weight. I fractured my tibial plateau, pretty much my knee. And I've dealt with loss, like family members. And if you happen to be somebody that can cry with the simple thought of losing your parents or losing anybody in your life, I'll make a video about that too, about how I am now able to think of situations like that may happen, and I'm not dying or in tears over the idea of it. So yeah, there's gonna be a video about that. Another thing too is that I was born and raised Seventh-day Adventist, which is very similar to just being a Christian, but with just a few more stricter rules. And for those of you who know about Seventh-day Adventists, you know that the Hispanic churches are even stricter. So yeah, I will talk about my experience growing up in that religion and how it's hard for my family and friends to hear my new mentality or to hear my new beliefs. But honestly, when you're this happy, and when you feel this free, there's nothing anyone can tell you to make you feel different, because I know what I know. I know what I've seen, what I've read, what I've researched. You know, I did my research because I grew up Christian or SDA. So when it feels this good, it's so hard for anyone to knock your happiness off or to make you question it. There's no questioning this, you know? I'm currently going through a spiritual awakening and I couldn't be happier. So I'm just going to speak from my opinion. I'm going to speak from my experience. I'm going to speak from my heart. And it's going to be up to you to do your own research. Of course, I highly suggest you go do your own research, because that's what I did, and that's what clarified everything for me. And I feel content. I feel happy. I feel safe in my new beliefs. And above everything, I'm happy. That's like number one. There's no way this could be bad if I feel this good. Part of that mentality is the law of attraction, which kind of, you know, it goes along with that. And I personally have 2 stories that I will be willing to share with you guys about just how cool the power of the law of attraction is, or just the power of the mind, the power of your beliefs, the way you think, the words we say, it all holds power. And so I have 2 experiences with that, and we'll get into those later. So this is me. I've been through a few things, and I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to share, because I'm the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. And I can say that without a doubt. And every day gets better. Every day I feel better. and I know my future is pretty bright. So if you want to know how I got here, just stay tuned. I will share whatever I can with you, and if you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer them for you. So we'll talk soon.